Hey guys, welcome out to the range. Today I want to do a brief video for you on a question that was posed to me just last night. Well, it was this morning around 1 a.m. I just released last night the 2-point, Tier 1 Citizen 2-point sling that I am now offering. Dynamite sling, if I say so myself. And so immediately it cropped up, because initially, guys, when I put out my single-point slings, guys were like, hey man, you need to put out a 2-point sling. And I was like, okay, I'm working on it, guys, I'm working on it. Well, here it is. So immediately, what did I get? Hey man, you need to work on a sling that goes from single point to 2-point and back. And I was like, okay, that's not gonna happen. And here's why. A sling that does everything well can't do one thing phenomenally well. My slings, my 2-point, for example, does 2-point phenomenally well. How do I mean that? Well, in 2-point mode, it has no adjustments, meaning you don't have to constantly create room to use the gun and then take it up to carry the gun. If you're carrying the gun, you're carrying the gun. Whether it be in the front, whether it be in the back, you're carrying the gun. If you need the gun, you bring it around, you immediately get into the gun and you're on the gun. And the second you're done with it, you put it back so you can go to your sidearm, and the gun, you notice it automatically sticks to you. You have enough room to deal with reloads, to deal with malfunction issues. If you need more room, you just get out of it. If you need to transition to your other shoulder, you pass it over, which, by the way, guys, is why you hook in a 2-point here to the opposite side of the stock or brace. So when you transition, it doesn't garrot you in the throat, and then you're back in the gun. It detaches very quickly from the gun. Oh, don't fall in the dirt, honey. All right, the single-point sling. By the way, guys, watch. This is how you get into your single-point sling when you're not attached to the gun. Sling, gun. Gun goes through sling. Sling goes over shoulder. Avoid camera, the lens. And then hook in. Ta-da! Because a buddy of mine goes, okay, so I got my gun and I got my sling, and I was like, bro, watch. And I showed him, he goes, oh, come on. It's that simple, guys. I've been doing this for so long, these things are second nature. All right, single point sling, love it. Strong side, support side, precision, over the mag, precision shot, back in the sling, carry the gun, sticks to the back, bring it back around, and this is how you get out of it. You flick it, and now you're out. Now you have control of the gun. This is a really versatile sling. This does everything single point and kind of sort of even does 2-point. That's why I like this sling. This is the grab and go sling. You got to pick up your gun, you got to fight with it. This is the sling. This is the sling for when you got to carry the gun. The reason I say I will never do a single to 2 back to single is because the single point sling is single point. And then when you go to 2-point, the single point hooks in here. Yeah, that's right. This would end up hooking in here, and what you end up with is that appendage between where the sling connects up to itself and where it connects to the gun. And it's that appendage that is the hanging issue. It's that room issue. You should be able to place a loose fist and just lower your chin right into it. And this is the height. The reason that I like this sling setup, and this, by the way, is an almost 10-year-old sling, and it's getting just a little on the fuzzy side, and it is still 100% usable. The reason I like this setup is because the gun stays exactly where I release it. When I release the gun, it doesn't go like that, and then I got to basically reach down to get it back up. I release it and it stays here. I can go to my sidearm, and then I can go back, and where did my support hand immediately go? To the gun. And it places it to the shoulder, and then I gain control of the gun. That's why this sling does darn near everything. And then this sling does everything from a protracted period of time, meaning that if I have to carry the gun for a protracted period of time, this is going to be the sling that I'm going to run. And that's why this gun is always set up with the quick detach for the 2-point, and of course the CTR from Magpul automatically comes set up with double QD attachment points. Guys, I have thought this stuff out big time. I've been doing this for a very long time, which is why I am so proud to finally be able to offer this sling to you guys. because this is the 2-point that I always wanted to have, and Daniel Basham and I came up with this sling in 2015. And I actually remember why. We were going, I was going to Colorado on vacation with my family. And I was taking my 7.5 with my Maxim Defense PD whatever, that little collapsible stock thing. And I'm like, I'm that far on the other end of the country. I need to have a long time carry sling. Okay, I need to have a long time carry sling, and I knew that I had a shortcoming because what I just did right here to carry this gun. You think I want to be doing this for 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day? This will get old real quick. And I'm very open about the fact the single point slings are for fighting and 2-point slings are for carrying. They are apples and oranges. I hope I've answered some questions. I'm going to keep hitting this point because it needs to be hit, and I can finally, openly, well, not openly because I've always openly said it, I can finally say it with authority. I genuinely do not care if you buy a single point or a 2-point, because people have punched me in the nose and they said, oh yeah, the reason you keep pushing single points is because that's all you sell. Really? I sell a 2-point, and I'm still telling you, this is what you really should have. It's a single point that's darn near everything. Oh, you know what? And last thing, I'll leave you with this. I constantly hear, well, that thing's gonna hit you in the crotch. Man, I've already covered that. Guys, I'm gonna close with this because I got a jet. I gotta pick up my daughter. Guys, I live in the real world just like you guys. I keep hearing the whole single point versus 2-point. When you run with a gun, it's gonna beat you, blah, blah, blah. Guys, if you're running with a long gun, whether it be because the long gun is down or whatever, or you got your sidearm, whatever the case may be, if you're running with a long gun, you need to be controlling the weight of that long gun. Whenever you're doing a quick sprint, you're just running, or you release and you run, or if you're doing a long run, you either do this with it, or you do this with it. Whatever the case may be, you hold the weight of this weapon while you're moving with the weapon, whether it be in the front or whether it be in the back. It doesn't really matter. So people say, with my single point, well, I want to see you run with that gun. Why? If I'm running with a gun, I'm holding the gun. I'm controlling that gun. Because whether it's on a 2-point, in fact, even if it's on a 2-point, it'll beat me. Guys, I've got gear on the back. I've got extra ammo. The other day I was out here working on a video for you guys with my 2-point, and I tossed the gun over my shoulder to store it and did that. And I was like, oh, come on. And with all honesty, I actually felt like leaving that in the video. I better not have dropped money on the ground because this is money. With all honesty, I almost left it in the video, but I thought, no, because someone will start laughing at me and it'll turn into a dumpster fire and that's retarded. But the point is, guys, when you run with a gun, you better control the weight of that gun, no matter if it's 2-point or single point. As always, I thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out in practice. Have a good one. 2 rounds, headshots. Here we go. 1. Now you can go. Have a good one, guys.